In a small town nestled between green hills, there lived a girl named Mia. She was often overlooked, like the silent whisper of the wind. Mia was gentle, not shy, but quiet. Her life was shaped by a childhood illness that left her with a limp. Her right leg, weaker than the other, caused her to walk with a noticeable drag. But Mia never complained. She loved books, animals, and dreamt of becoming a therapist. Helping other kids who, like her, needed a reason to believe they could be brave. But her dreams always seemed distant, overshadowed by the cruel reality of school. Every day, a group of popular kids tormented her. It wasn't hatred, just boredom, or perhaps the need to feel superior. The ringleader, Nathan, was charming to adults, but cold and calculating when it came to others. His friends followed his every move like loyal shadows. They would shove Mia's books from her hands, mock her walk, and steal her lunch. Mia never fought back. She simply lowered her gaze and said, "Please, give it back." Her mother's voice echoed in her mind. "Be kind, even when it hurts." But kindness didn't stop the pain. Not the kind that settled in her chest every time. Nathan pushed her down or laughed at her struggle. One Monday, as Mia took her usual long walk home through the valley, the wind whispering through the trees felt like a soft embrace. She loved the serenity of the cliffs, the wide open sky, and the sense of peace it gave her. But today that peace was shattered. She heard footsteps behind her, and Nathan's voice cut through the air. "Hey, slowpoke, what's the rush?" he taunted. Mia froze. The cliff edge loomed just ahead. Her heart thudded painfully. "Please," she thought, "just let me go home." Nathan and his friends circled her, laughing like hyenas. "Why do you always act so special, Mia?" Nathan sneered. "You're not. You're just weak." Mia's heart raced. She tried to step back, but her foot caught on a rock. She stumbled, arms flailing, her body moving too fast to catch. Panic surged through her. The cliff edge was close, and she was already off balance. Nathan yanked at her backpack, and the world tilted violently. Mia felt weightless, terrified, as if gravity had turned against her. Her scream, more primal than anything she had ever heard from herself, echoed through the valley. At that exact moment, miles away, a man was on his ranch with his dog, a German shepherd named Max. Jack Thompson, a former military K9 handler, had seen and heard things in his life that most people couldn't imagine. But nothing prepared him for the sound that pierced the air, a scream filled with raw fear. Without thinking, Jack shouted, "Max, let's go!" The dog's ears perked up instantly, and they sprinted toward the source of the scream. Back on the cliff, Mia's hands scraped at the jagged rocks. She reached for anything, roots, branches, but nothing held. Her body was falling, and she knew it. Her disabled leg dragged uselessly behind her as her mind screamed for help. But all that came out was another heart-wrenching cry. Nathan and his friends froze, terror replacing their earlier bravado. We didn't mean for this to happen," one of the boys whispered. "We should call someone," another said. But their fear had already paralyzed them. They turned and ran, abandoning Mia to her fate. As Mia's fingers grasped a weak bush, the roots snapped beneath her. She plummeted again, but just before she fell further, a figure appeared at the top of the cliff. Jack, with his military training kicking in, he moved down the incline with the precision of someone who had been in life or death situations before. "Don't move! I'm coming!" Jack shouted. He reached her just as the branch she was clinging to broke. In one fluid motion, Jack dove, grabbing her wrist with a grip honed from years of saving lives. Mia's body jerked, pain shot up her arm, and tears filled her eyes, but Jack didn't let go. "I've got you," he said, his voice steady. "I won't let you fall." For the first time in her life, Mia believed someone. Jack slowly pulled her to safety, every movement controlled, every muscle straining as he lifted her to a ledge. "Are you okay?" Jack asked, his voice softer now. Mia nodded, her breath ragged, her body shaking. She had never felt such a mix of fear and relief. She had been invisible for so long, unseen, unloved, but here was a man who cared. As Jack wrapped a protective arm around her, he whispered, "Who did this to you?" But Mia, terrified of what would happen if anyone found out, shook her head. "Please," she begged, "don't tell anyone. They'll be angry." Jack's heart tightened. This wasn't just an accident. This was cruelty, and he wasn't going to let it go. If you enjoy the full videos, please like, share, and subscribe.